Hello everyone. So in this video, we'll solve this trigonometry equation. So the given equation is tan square x is equal to 1 and we are given the domain 0 to 2 pi. That means x can be any value between 0 and 2 pi including the end values 0 and 2 pi. Now in this equation, we have to solve this by isolating the variable in the equation, which is x. So the first step in isolating the variable x is to get rid of this square on the tangent. So we do that by applying square root to both sides. So when we do that, the square root on the square cancel each other out and we get tan of x equals, and we get plus minus 1. So why do we get this plus and the minus case? Because if we square plus 1 or minus 1, we get 1. So this is a very important concept you need to understand and memorize. Now we get two cases. So the first case is that tan of x is equal to 1, and the other case is that tan of x is equal to -1. So we have to analyze these both cases separately. Now since the given domain is in radians, the final answer for x should also be in radians, not degrees. So let's start with the positive case. So tan x is a positive value. So here we can use the CAST rule, the ASTC rule, or all sad turtles cry rule to identify the quadrants in which x can lie. So if I draw the quadrants and label them C, A, S, and T, so tan is positive in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. Now we have to find the value of x in quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. Now we know in quadrant 1 the angle value will be between 0 and pi over 2. So if I label the axes, so we start at 0 radians and then pi over 2 and then pi and then 3 pi over 2, and we complete the circle at 2 pi radians. So the first angle value in quadrant 1 will be between 0 and pi over 2. Here you can either use a calculator. So basically what we have to do is we have to isolate x by doing the inverse of tan. So this is the step we get, which can be evaluated by using a calculator, or if you have memorized the special angles, you will know that the value of x will be equal to pi over 4. So this is the first solution in quadrant 1. Now in quadrant 3, the solution will be x equals pi plus pi over 4. Which can be added to 5 pi over 4. So we know the denominator of pi is 1. So the common denominator is 4. So we'll multiply the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4. So we'll get 4 pi over 4 plus pi over 4, which is equal to 5 pi over 4. So that's the second solution, because the solution lies within the given domain 0 to 2 pi. Now we can analyze the second case. So for this case, again we can draw the quadrants. So here tan x is a negative value, and we know tan is negative in quadrant 2 and quadrant 4. So in order to find the values in quadrant 2 and 4, so the first step is to find the reference angle or the related acute angle. So we do that by doing the inverse of tan. but we should ignore the negative sign. For the reference angle, we don't use x, we use the symbol beta. So tan inverse of 1. So the value of angle beta, so we know that this will be equal to pi over 4. Now we can use this value of beta or reference angle or related acute angle to calculate the angle values in quadrant 2 and 4. So in quadrant 2, the angle value will be pi minus pi over 4. So that's the rule for quadrant 2, that we subtract the reference angle from pi. So here we get 3 pi over 4. So we have to find a common denominator and then combine the fractions. So this is the third solution. Now for quadrant 4, we'll do 2 pi minus the reference angle or the related acute angle, which is pi over 4. Now again we can combine them by using the common denominator. So the denominator of 2 pi is 1. So the common denominator will be 4. So we'll multiply the numerator by 4 and the denominator by 4. So that will be 8 pi over 4 minus pi over 4, which will be equal to 7 pi over 4. So this is the fourth solution in quadrant 4. So this equation has 4 solutions, one in each quadrant because of the 2 cases we got. So pi over 4 in quadrant 1, 3 pi over 4 in quadrant 2, 5 pi over 4 in quadrant 3, and 7 pi over 4 in quadrant 4. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.